Dwayne Ferguson was only 6 when Hurricane Ivan hit Grenada, and his family sought refuge in Canada. In Ontario, he was placed into the child welfare system and bounced between 10 homes. The last, a group home in Hamilton run by a for-profit company called Hats Off. It was behind that house in 2014 he would hang himself. He was 16 years old. If Ontario's Ministry of Children didn't know there were issues at Hats Off before Dwayne's death, it soon would. In 2018, a report funded by the government examined what happened to 12 kids who died in care, including Dwayne. It found at Hats Off a request to connect him with community-based mental health services did not occur. That same year, the Office of Ontario's Child Advocate deemed Hats Off group homes a hotspot of concern and launched a review.
It would have ended up being a contentious issue.
Global News obtained a draft of that report, including interviews with kids who said there was a high use of restraints and punishment. We've concealed workers' identities for fear of reprisal.
Boys would have nail scratches from staff, like handprint marks around their wrists and stuff from holding them behind their back. All of the boys were scared of us.
But the Ford government shut down the Child Advocate's office in 2019, and the draft report was buried.
It was going to be in the media for the minister, and they would have had to act to do something.
It didn't stop the complaints from coming.
The ministry acknowledged that they had received numerous reports of concerns from Hats Off staff.
Workers say they also went to supervisors, police, Children's Aid, and the Ombudsman. Who did anything?
No one.
The end result, say child welfare experts, is that there is no accountability.
There isn't. If we were talking about cats or dogs in these homes and we were hearing the stories, as a society we'd be outraged. But somehow, because they're young people, we're not outraged.
And so we went in search of answers.
We're here from Global News.
At Hats Off's head office, and at the stately home of its executive director, Gordon Naylor. But no one would come out to speak with us. Instead, they called the police.
He just said that he didn't want you guys on his property.
In a written statement, Hats Off said that since the Advocates review, it's created a Council of Youth, appointed a team to review serious occurrences, and held workshops for staff on enhancing programming and understanding trauma. It says restraints are only used as a last resort, and there are mental health professionals available for its youth.
Minister Fullerton.
As for Ontario's Minister of Children, we were granted a mere 2-minute interview in which we informed her of our findings.
Well, that's horrific, and that's exactly why we're looking at redesigning this whole program.
And while again there was talk of accountability,
Increasing the oversight and accountability and creating an environment in these communities where children will be supported.
when we asked about Hats Off, our time was up.
Specific to the Hats Off group home, can we ask you about Hats Off group home? Your ministry has known for years about serious issues.
But I really appreciate your interest.
And her handlers whisked her away.
Thanks, guys. Ultimately, it's a system that's not working. Nobody wants to pull the lid off, because then lots of people will be held accountable. And there are a lot of people that are part of this, being complicit to it.
Despite heartbreak after heartbreak, the workers who knew Dwayne say he dreamed of being reunited with his family. He was always full of hope, they said, until it ran out. Carolyn Jarvis, Global News.